All right, now the last rivalry we're talking about, we're taking it to the number 1 ranked stadium according to the new game, Kyle Field.
Yeah, well, the stadium's up there.
We can see it. We can tell how we feel about that. But Texas versus Texas A&M, Lone Star State Showdown. It's back.
Yeah,
how we feeling?
The Lone Star Showdown, like low key, is one of the best rivalries in college football, which is crazy because like you'd think like, well, Texas's biggest rival is OU. It's like, yeah, but like also I feel like Texas A&M is almost an equivalent.
I think it is because I mean I'm wearing my Longhorns right now. I grew up in Texas, and Texas A&M, that was like a crazy weekend.
I feel like there's more hatred between those two.
Like in elementary school, my principal was a Longhorn fan, and when we'd win, they'd give us like 15 minutes extra recess to where it's like, it was sweet. When they beat Texas A&M, we got extra recess. Like, it was a kind of a bittersweet moment for A&M fans, but like, I don't know, that's something I always remember.
Yeah, and there's even more spite in the rivalry because Texas A&M has always been, you guys know, they've always been Texas A&M. Just there's a lot of things about Texas A&M that make them very unique. I'm not saying I don't like them. I actually grew up kind of like liking Texas A&M and Texas. I like both of them. Just coming from Utah, but there's a lot of hatred in this rivalry.
Yeah.
Like and Texas A&M being the team that historically is not as good as Texas, not even really close to Texas historically.
Well, A&M left,
going to the
and
SEC.
Then Texas is joining them now.
Yeah.
So like this is kind of A&M's territory.
But also it was like when Texas A&M left to the SEC, that was such like it's hard to even describe how like much of a shot that was to Texas.
It was kind of random because A&M, like, yeah, there was a few years like they were pretty good, but they weren't like crazy good to where when they joined the SEC, it was kind of like, whoa, like.
Yeah, they went with Mizzou, who had been very good.
Yes.
Mizzou had kind of earned it. Texas A&M was more just like.
They had some good years.
They've only had a few 10-win seasons since we've been alive.
Yeah.
Like, not that many, though. Have they ever won a BCS bowl game or a New Year's Six bowl game?
If they did, it would have been with Manziel.
Yeah.
And I don't think...
I don't know if they did.
I don't remember. I feel like they always, like, choked towards the end of the season. Stat checking right now. A little hypey.
In the Big 12, I don't even know if they went to one. Not in the Big 12. I mean, even in the... Since Manziel, basically, since they went to the SEC. They went to the Orange Bowl.
That was 2021.
Oh, they won the Orange Bowl in 2021.
No, that was the year.
That was 2020.
I actually felt bad for you guys. That was the year you guys got robbed of the playoff.
Yeah, they were
not
close.
Not gonna lie. You guys were robbed that year. They picked Notre Dame over you. I was against it, and I'm not even an A&M fan. I felt bad for y'all. You know, the 12th man, Kyle Field, they let you guys down. I'll be honest with that.
No, yeah, for real. Like when Texas A&M has only been, they've been to the Cotton Bowl once or twice. But the way Texas A&M presents themselves, it feels like they're a blue blood.
Well, they always have a top recruiting class. Like,
always. Especially with Jimbo. Jimbo is a very good recruiter.
Which is crazy because now we're kind of getting into the game. Jimbo is 11-11 his last 2 seasons.
Well, he's gone now.
Yeah, but Texas A&M was.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And they lost quite a bit.
Yeah, 11-11 for that kind of.
The QB got hurt, and then the backup came in. He went to North Carolina. Number 1 receiver in the portal, Evan Stewart, is now a Duck.
Yeah.
So
hey,
they lost some.
He liked one of our posts on Instagram. Evan Stewart liked one of our posts.
I'm excited to watch you.
He liked the Oregon record post, like teams with the best record against Oregon.
He's changing that.
And so I think I was kind of scared that he liked that because it was kind of a post that's against Oregon. So I was like, all right, nice.
Kind of random.
Yeah, kind of random, but yeah. So Texas A&M. Okay, let's get to who do you think is winning this game? Before we start, win totals for both these teams: 10.5 for Texas, 9.5 for Texas A&M. I feel like 9.5 for Texas A&M. I know they are always very hyped up every season, but that's fairly high.
Well, because not a lot of there's a few like sports pages that have them in the preseason top 25, but ESPN does not.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yes. I have them. I think I have them like 25.
I have them like right there.
They're right at the line.
Just because they're SEC, they have the talent, they have the recruiting.
They always have the potential to do that.
Coach, right?
Yeah, they got Mike Elko from Duke.
He turned around Duke. He made him a really good team.
Right.
To where I think he can change kind of...
A lot of coaching changes this year.
Get him back on to what Texas A&M presents themselves as.
Yeah. And I think he's all in for Texas A&M. He's making a bag, of course, Texas A&M style. But yeah, it's hard to say with these win totals. I didn't realize Texas A&M's win total was that high. I thought it was going to be 8.5. 9.5 for me that's pretty aggressive. That means Texas A&M, if they go over that, they have 10 wins.
Yeah,
that's a 10-2 Texas A&M team.
I think they'll be at 9. I think they'll be at 9-8. Now Texas was 10.5.
10.5, yeah.
So they played Georgia.
They played Georgia at home.
Oklahoma and Michigan. Honestly, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think Texas does it. I think they beat Michigan. I think they beat Oklahoma. I think if they do lose, it's to Georgia.
Yeah. So you're saying they beat Texas A&M?
Yeah, I have Texas. How come Horns?